Shut up and sit down.
It's the Maryland Sports Blog Weekly Recap Show, hosted by Adam Gockin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of MSB Weekly. I'm your host, Adam Gockin, joined alongside Sean Morter today. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about baseball. There's not much going on about the other sports, so we'll just do some Orioles and Nationals. And to start things off, we'll do Orioles. So, Sean, what's been going on for the O's this week?
Well, as the trade deadline comes to a head here tomorrow, actually, the Orioles traded Michael Givens and who is that other guy? Shoot, I just had his name.
Who the Orioles traded?
No, two pitchers, Givens and what the hell? New guy.
Malone.
Yeah, jeez. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Yeah, so they got prospects for both of them. So their farm system is going to be pretty well off after these next few trades. I honestly wasn't thinking that they were going to trade because they're just looking to win and not really do much. But I don't know. They have tricks up their sleeves, so one can only imagine what they're going to pull off tomorrow. So, yeah, they have been losing constantly, so that's not fun. And, yeah, not much else been going on. Oh, Ryan Mountcastle hit his first two Major League home runs tonight, so that's a plus.
Yeah, they're not at the same level that they were earlier in the season, but Mountcastle, coming in today, hit two big home runs. So, things are looking okay for the Orioles. They're not doing as good as we thought they could at the beginning of the season, but at the same time, they were doing a million times better than anyone ever could have imagined.
Definitely.
So, is that all you have for the O's?
Yeah. I can't really think of anything else to add for that.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of a busy week. We're kind of just in the middle of the season right now, just in the grind, and games really matter right now. So next, the Nationals, the other team. I have my little Para Shark shirt on from last year, and it's just been the same that we've seen this whole entire season from them. They're 12-19 now. They still haven't won a single 3-game series this year. They started off the week by losing to the Marlins, then lost the Phillies, and now they've lost to the Red Sox, losing 2 out of 3, and it's just not consistent. And it starts with the starting pitching. Austin Voth has really struggled, as he did today. He couldn't make it far, and the Red Sox beat him up. And then other than that, it's just inconsistency all around. They're not playing well, and they brought in Brock Holt, hopefully that he can change something. But even then, I don't know if it is. And we come to the trade deadline tomorrow, and the question is, what's going to happen? Is Mike Rizzo going to buy, or is he going to sell, or just do nothing? I think he probably just does nothing, but how much does that actually help this team by Mike Rizzo not doing anything? Because it's kind of in the situation where right now they're, I think, about 5.5 games, 6 games back from that top spot in the NL East. I think right now it's 5.5. Once the Braves game ends tonight, it could be 6, or just go back to 5. But you're not that far back, and considering we're at about the middle of the season, that far back, you still got a chance. But you also have to look in the next season. And if you can get off Asdrubal Cabrera and a couple of the other contracts and sell them for prospects, which could help out next year, then use for trades. And it's just, I don't know what Rizzo's going to do. And at this point, it just doesn't feel like this team is good enough to do anything last year. Steven Strasburg's out, the MVP last year. And Scherzer has been pretty decent, but not where he's normally at. Corbin's been decent. But, Austin Voth hasn't been good. It'll be interesting to see if they bring up Jackson Rutledge and try out other guys. But as of now, 12-19, it's just not where it needs to be for this team. And the expectations were high. They're coming into this season. They had just won a World Series. Less than a year ago was the World Series, which, considering what's happened since then with a global pandemic, it might not seem like that. But that was about 10 months ago. And they still have most of those guys. They really only lost Anthony Rendon. And, of course, saying they really only lost him is saying you really only lost one of the best players in the league. But at the same time, he was a big part of the team, but he wasn't the whole part. Juan Soto needs to keep playing the way he has. Trey Turner's has gotten on base in over the last 20 games. But it's the whole lineup needs to come together. It's one part isn't doing good one day, the other part isn't doing good another day, and they need to all come together. And when they are, it's only happening for one game, like the first game in the Red Sox series. They scored 10 runs in the first game, but after that, they couldn't do anything. And it's just frustrating because we know they have the talent. We know they can do it, but for some reason, they're just not. I don't know if it's Davey Martinez just not being able to motivate the guys like he could last year, or missing out somewhere without the fans. But whatever it is, it's just not working, and they need to change quickly. And
Definitely.
That's all I have for the Nationals. Sean, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, you mentioned the Red Sox earlier, and they're in last place in the AL East. But it seems like any time that they play the O's or the Nats, they always seem to come out on the win column. So something needs to go on. Something needs to change to beat a last place team. And hopefully they can figure it out soon, but I don't know. We're still in rebuilding mode, so take it as it comes.
Yeah, the Orioles are just fine with doing what they're doing right now, considering they are in rebuild mode. One of the worst teams in baseball last year. We're projected to be one of, if not the worst team in baseball this year. But the Nats had just won a World Series, and people were saying that they could contend at least to win another one. The NL East is a good division, but at least contend. And at this point, 12-19 isn't really contending. And, last year they were able to come back, but also that was a 162-game season. This is a 60-game season. There isn't enough time to come back from 19-31. And they're honestly not that far away from being that bad. And it's got to change soon. And if it doesn't, it's just Rizzo hasn't done what he needed to do in the last offseason. Hopefully he could do something in the next offseason, but right now it's just not where it needs to be.
Definitely. I'm just excited for the NFL season to start soon.
Yeah, 2 weeks now, and
Yeah.
I think we're all excited to see, of course, both these teams. Washington football team is a young team that can do a lot, and they've got potential, but it's not like potential where if they don't live up, it's a big disappointment. I think they would take a big pick next year, but if Haskins can be as good as he can be, if Antonio Gibson is going to be able to do as good as he's been playing in training camp, the Washington football team, it's still weird getting used to saying that, but
Yeah.
they've got a chance to go like 7-9. Then over for the Ravens, of course, Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, and they've got a chance to win the Super Bowl. So it'll be an interesting, exciting fall over here for the Maryland Sports Blog.
Definitely.
So I think that's all we have, unless, Sean, you have anything else to say?
Nope, nothing further.
All right, so it was a short episode, but it's been not a very exciting week here for the Maryland Sports Blog crew. But I think that's all we have for this week. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back next week. And that's all. I've been your host, Adam Gotkin, joined alongside Sean Morter. We'll see you guys next week.